Hi everyone, welcome back to Binky Beauty. If you don't know who I am, I'm Binky and this is my skincare channel where I talk about skincare and some makeup. If you're not already subscribed, please scroll down, subscribe, and hit the like button, or just like the video and don't subscribe, or just subscribe and don't like the video. Either way, I would love it if you did both or one of those things. So today we're going to talk about sunscreen because it's the end of May and it's warm pretty much everywhere. We got to think about sunscreen. It's an important step. There's my bird. She makes an appearance vocally in most of my videos. So I'm going to pin my hair back because I am going to be applying some sunscreen. I already did my skincare, so I used this Cora Organics Turmeric Exfoliating Mask. And there's the phone. Hang on. Okay, sorry. Sometimes, you hit the record button and it's the phone, the bird, everything. But okay, so I'm back. I did my skincare. Did the Cora Organics Exfoliating Brightening Mask. I've been liking this. I know that it's not going to be for everyone because it does have a physical component to it. The exfoliating is a physical exfoliant, but I think it also has some enzymes in it, and you leave it on for about 5 to 10 minutes. And I love stuff like this as shower masks. Like I'll put it on before I get in the shower, and then when I'm in there, I work it in, and I've been enjoying it. So did that. And then applied my Tata Harper Essence. About halfway done with this. I've been using this about twice a day. Really enjoy it. Also, I've been using the Daily by Beauty Bio. This is their vitamin C serum. And I recently listened to a podcast with the founder of Beauty Bio, Jamie O'Bannon, and I was really taken by just the way she built this company. The fact that, these products check a lot of the boxes in terms of clean beauty. If you're into clean beauty, they don't have parabens, they're not tested on animals. They have a lot of these components that are really appealing to a lot of people right now. But I think the way that they're packaged and presented is really clever, because you don't look at this and think, oh, this is a clean beauty brand. It's not like green and gold or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just think that these look like really nice, cutting edge, if you will, type packaging. And Jamie O'Bannon has a huge focus on research, lab development, and just getting those formulas right. She grew up in the industry in terms of formulating products, so it's in her blood. So I wanted to give this a try. I got this as a set with the Perfector, which is their daily sunscreen. We're going to talk about it in a minute. I got these two in a set with a really cute, let me show you the bag, with a really cute little makeup bag. It's this, I got it on QVC. You can find some really good deals. So used that vitamin C, and I should prepare for these videos. But anyway, what you're going to find interesting about this vitamin C is that it doesn't use the typical L-ascorbic acid vitamin C. They use magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. That's the vitamin C in this, and then there's other stuff in this. But it's less irritating than L-ascorbic acid. I think we all know that that particular form of vitamin C can be a little irritating, but anyway, so I'm trying this one out to see how I like it. And then I moisturized with the Tata Harper Clarifying Moisturizer and applied my new rosebalm.com. Would you believe me if I told you that this is the first time I'm trying the balms from Glossier? These things are legendary. And I bought 3. I got the rose, the original, and the mint. Oh, also while my mask was on, I had some of these Derma E eye patches. Really like those. So that was my skincare. Now let's talk sunscreen because I need to apply some sunscreen. Now, as I was saying, I've also been trying this Beauty Bio, the Perfector 4-in-1 Skin Perfecting Silk Broad Spectrum. So I'm gonna be honest right off the bat that I'm not totally sure about this product. It is a chemical and mineral sunscreen, and I feel like you definitely see the zinc in this. I feel like my skin has a bit of a white cast. Also, the formula itself is kind of thick. See how that didn't really just like juice out of there? It feels thick and not gritty. It's just like you can kind of see a white cast on your skin. At least I can. I almost wonder if there is some inconsistency in the batches of this product, because when I went online to look at reviews, some people said it was too oily for them and other people said it was too drying. I definitely feel that this sunscreen has a mattifying effect on my skin, and I could see how that could read as drying, especially because zinc oxide, if it's formulated in a certain way, it can have that chalky drying feeling, and that can definitely be the case with this. So I'm trying it. There's some days where I'm like, oh, this is okay. And then there's other days where every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, I look a little washed out. So I'm trying it. As far as the priming, and see, even now as it's setting, it feels dry. It feels maybe even a little chalky. There's definitely not a glow component to this one. And yet I've seen reviews, I've even seen pictures of the product online, and I'm wondering if this is just a dud, because the way they photograph it on their website, it does look very silky. So I wouldn't call this silky specifically, but it's SPF 30 and I'm still giving it a try. Next, we've got the MD Solar Science Tinted SPF 30 Mineral. So this is a mineral sunscreen. Maybe this is too. No, this is also purely mineral, no chemical. So this is mineral sunscreen, old packaging. This is a tinted sunscreen. Oh, one more thing about the Beauty Bio. They say that this adapts to your skin tone. Because of the chalky finish on this, I am not sure if this would work on darker skin tones. I can't really speak to the color adapting technology that's in this, but I do question how effective this would be on deeper skin tones. So there's that. Now, the MD Solar. I really like this as a sunscreen. It's not it looks very pigmented here, but when you actually put it into your skin, see, this is very whipped and nice. This is what I thought the Beauty Bio would be like. But once you rub this in, the tint, you barely see it. It's barely there. SPF 30, nice silky finish. Your skin feels kind of hydrated, and to the touch it feels like moist and it's dewy and it's there. The only thing, oddly enough, that I don't love about this is when I go to apply my favorite cheek tint from Tata Harper, the color like doesn't adhere when I use this sunscreen. I don't know what it is, but you do keep quite a bit of slip on this product. And for some reason, my cream blushes do not work with this. So I have to use a powder blush. That's the only reason that I have not been using this sunscreen, is because I use my cheek tint pretty much every day. But I use it sometimes when I want to use a powder blush. This is a great one. Overall, MD Solar Science is up there, I think, with Ulta MD. They just kind of really specialize in sun protection, so you can't go wrong if you want to spend a little more on a sunscreen and get something that you know is really good. MD Solar is great. Okay, so keeping with tinted sunscreens, I also have the Michelle Sunshield Liquid SPF 50 in light medium. So this one's fairly liquidy, as you can see. A little bit goes a long way with this. And I like the tint that this gives. Definitely the most liquidy out of the three, but dries down really nicely. And again, if you like clean beauty, this is a great option. You can get this at your health food store, and you can't really see that tint. I have 3 sunscreens on this hand at this point, so I don't know how accurate this is looking, but I like this as a tinted sunscreen, kind of as, you know, like Your Skin but better. As a standalone sunscreen, I don't think this is the best option because you can build the color of this, but I feel like these aren't colors that are necessarily very accurate. You can definitely see like that minerally, zinky, chalky undertone to these colors. And to build this, to put on enough of this to get like, to put on like the suggested amount of sunscreen that like dermatologists recommend, I feel like you would get a really funny color on your face. Otherwise, I really like the texture, I really like the consistency of this product, and it's SPF 50. So that brings us to a point of, you know, tinted sunscreens in general. You know, if you're putting on enough sunscreen, I think the colors are going to come out a little funny with most tinted sunscreens. So what I like to do is go in first with an untinted sunscreen, and if I'm like, oh, I want a little face makeup today, I treat my tinted sunscreens as face makeup. I don't really treat them as my sunscreen. So I have the Untinted Neutrogena Healthy Defense Daily Moisturizer with Sunscreen, SPF 50. That's a mouthful. This is a chemical sunscreen. So I was using this consistently for a few months, and I feel like this kind of gave me some redness in my skin. It was maybe a little irritating, and I've never been one to be like, oh, chemical sunscreens are irritating, and not all of them are, but in my case, I really feel like this gave me some redness. But Neutrogena makes some really good sunscreens. I mean, sunscreen is the thing of the moment, so there's lots of options within each line. I know Neutrogena now has exclusively mineral sunscreens. They have spray sunscreens that you can reapply. They have sunscreens within their Hydro Boost line. So there are so many options. If you're not using a sunscreen consistently and you're like, I'm going to Target, pick up some sunscreen from Neutrogena or CeraVe. There's so many great options out there right now. But Neutrogena honestly was one of the first sunscreens that I ever started using when I was like 15, I think. And they were chalky. They smelled like sunscreen, so they've definitely come a long way. This does smell like sunscreen. This particular one leaves a shiny finish, so that's what it looks like. Oh, it feels nice. It smells like sunscreen. It smells the way it did when I was 15. And it just has a more glowy finish, I would say, which I like, you know? But that's what it looks like, if you can see that. Yeah, so that's the Neutrogena. I think it's still, as far as drugstore sunscreens go, I think it's still one of the gold standards. But I just found this one to cause a little bit of redness. Last but not least, I have the Dr. Jart Everyday Sun Fluid SPF 50. This is new to me. It looks like this is a chemical sunscreen. I don't see any zincs or anything in here. I could be mistaken. But Dr. Jart is a K-beauty brand. I feel like K-Beauty generally does really, really good sunscreens, except, you know, what happened with, is it Purito a few months ago? I think that was an honest mistake. But, you know, K-Beauty, obsessive about sunscreen. I think that's really a cornerstone in those ageless K-Beauty faces that we see as they take their sun protection very seriously. So Dr. Jart, K-Beauty brand, really like this one. It's milky, and this is a really good example of one that I'll put on first to make sure I get on enough sunscreen. And then if I want a little color, I'll put this on, or I'll put my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue on. But I'm gonna apply this one. So I'm going to do the 2 finger lengths that everyone, I think it's 2 finger lengths, and they're fat, that everyone is talking about. You see, it's like milky, very, very milky. So you want to make sure that you're gonna work this in, because it's a lot. Make sure you get like the sides here. Like, just take your time. Get your eyes. This does not sting my eyes. And you see this is a lot. And I still basically have another hand. Ooh. But I've really been liking this one. I don't find it irritating. Doesn't have a strong sunscreen smell. Let's see, just work down here. I just like this one. It's a hydrating finish, dewy, which I like, because then you can just powder strategically. And see, you just have to take a couple of minutes to work it in. And you're not gonna have the tints, you know, from Tinted Sunscreen. I think that much Tinted Sunscreen, unless the color match was really good, it would look weird. And there we go. That is sunscreen applied. And then I'll do my makeup and decide if I want to do some kind of tinted. I don't really have foundation or like skin color that doesn't have SPF in it. So all of the things that I use to like, all of the face products I use with color have some component of SPF in them. And that's purely by accident, because usually those are just lighter coverage and they don't look like foundation. So that's my little sunscreen roundup. I know there's a lot of options out there. These options I know aren't at the forefront of maybe what's super popular right now, but these are just some options if you kind of want to look off the beaten path and try something different. So today I put on the Dr. Jart Every Sun Day Sun Fluid SPF 50, and there's some sunscreen talk for you. Please comment below which sunscreens you like to use. I would love to hear about that. I have yet to try like the Super Goop, and I tried Elta MD many years ago, but yeah, this is what I've got in rotation right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see all of you very soon.